own way. That is for sure.
Because we're a free country.
Yes. When you guys think of a ratio or proportion, does like anything come to your mind?
Huh?
Like think of a ratio. I always think of like baking, like how many like cups of flour to
It's
this.
like a 1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah. Or you could think of like in sports how they figure out like if you're a your batting score, right? Or your batting average, that's a ratio. Or like your wins to losses, if you're above 500, below 500, you know what I'm talking about? Anything? I don't know. Those are all ratios. They're all over the place. But if we give it a definition here, it's just a comparison of two quantities. We're just comparing two numbers. There are a few different ways we can write it. You could write like two numbers like this with a little colon between them. You could write it as a fraction. Or with the word 2. Those are all different ways to write a ratio. And all you're doing is just comparing two numbers. That is it. So this next example is pretty straightforward. We have a sporting goods store and it has 40 tennis rackets, 17 baseball gloves, 25 hockey sticks, 18 basketballs, and 34 volleyballs in stock. Give each as a simplified ratio. So they want us to figure out how many tennis rackets to hockey sticks we have. Well, how many tennis rackets do we have?
40.
40. And I prefer to write mine as a fraction so I remember to reduce, but you guys can pick your own way out of those three. How many hockey sticks do we have? 25. So now you can either use your calculator and I can show you how to reduce on there, or you guys think, how do you reduce 40 over 25?
You just do.
You just do it? Yeah, okay. Can you think of a number that goes into both of those? 5. Yep, that's a good place to start. So if we divide both of them by 5,
2.5.
what is 40 divided by 5?
8.
8 over 5. Can you reduce 8 over 5?
No.
So we did it. Good work.
Sound like a good number.
So it's like simplifying it.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it.
I remember doing this back in like 5th grade or something.
Yeah, for sure. How many baseball gloves do we have?
17.
17. How many volleyballs?
34.
This is kind of weird. This one does reduce.
3.
Not 3.
1.
Yeah, 17 goes into both of them. So you're not far off. What's 17 divided by 17?
You said 1.
1. 34 divided by 17?
What?
2.
Letter 2.
So for every 1 baseball glove, we have 2 volleyballs. That's what that means. 1 to 2. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Children, we're okay there?
You see what goes into both of them?
If, or I can show you on your calculator too. There might be a shortcut on yours. Let's see here.
Oh, you should like to make it like a fraction. And just divide by that number.
And hit enter. That makes sense? Yeah. We'll try it. Okay. Let's do the next set of examples.
Yay.
We're just simplifying some more, but now they give us units. So before you can simplify, you have to make sure you have the same units on the numerator and denominator, so on the top and bottom. So 18 cats over 30 cats. Do I have the same units?
Yeah.
So cross them off because we're good to go there. And now we just reduce like we were doing, 18 and 30.
2.
2 works. There's a bigger one though.
6.
6.
63.
3 works too, but 6 is the biggest. So let's divide by 6. What's 18 divided by 6?
3.
3. 30 divided by 6. Can I reduce 3 over 5? That's it.
Maybe.
No.
No, you don't have the same thing.
We don't, you're right. And you always want to convert to the smaller unit. So what's smaller, inches or feet?
Inches.
Foots.
Inches are smaller. Okay, so how many inches are in 1 foot? 12. And I have 2 feet, so how many total?
24.
Times it by 2. So now we have 24 inches. So now we have our same unit, so I can cross them off. But now we have to reduce 15 and 24.
To be honest, I don't know how to get that.
15 and 24?
Three.
3.
3.
I need that.
What is 15 divided by 3?
5.
5. 24 divided by 3?
8.
Can we reduce that? Negative. So we are good to go.
Hmm.
20 feet over 10 yards. Okay. What's smaller, feet or yards?
Feet.
Feet.
Depends on what the context is. But yeah.
We're talking about like the measuring foot. How many feet are in 1 yard?
3.
3.
3 point whatever.
So what's 10 times 3?
30.
Alrighty, good job.
10 can go into both of them.
10 does go in both of these.
2/3.
2/3 is correct. Yeah, if you're a little shaky on reducing, wave me over and I can show you how to do it on your calculator. And it just does it for you. And we love that.
But if it was cats to dogs, then what do we do?
Then we say there's no solution. So I don't know how you convert a cat to a dog.
Depends on the type of cat.
You think so?
How big it is.
3 Siamese for 1 poodle.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Why not?
I don't know any other cat breeds. Are there a ton of different cat breeds like there are dog breeds? That's probably a dumb question.
1 Savannah cat to 1 golden, no, 1 great.
Great Dane? Yeah.
Bloodhound.
Bloodhound. See, I know more dog breeds than I do cat breeds.
And there's only 1 cat breed. Cat.
They're all just cats. Okay, we want to write the ratio of these lengths. So how far is it from A to B, kids? You just skip counting here.
3.
3. So we're going to have 3. Now let's figure out how far it is from B to C. Yes, sir. 3 to 5.
I can count.
Can we reduce that?
No.
So that was pretty easy, wasn't it?
Sure.
That wasn't so bad. This next one's kind of goofy, but it's not too hard.
3.
It says the ratio of EF to FG is 5 to 3. And we want to figure out how long they actually are.
Then they have to equal 24.
Yes. So we know that they're in 5 parts to 3 parts, but do we know how big that part is?
No.
No. So what do we do to math when we don't know what it is?
Multiply.
Well, we give it a what?
Next.
An x, a variable. So I know this part here is 5 parts, so I'm going to have 5 x's. And this part here is 3 parts. And together, what do they have to add to?
24.
All right, so let's write that equation. So I know 5x plus 3x has to be 24. How many total x's do we have?
8.
Yep. And then our last step is to,
Is it 3?
it sure is 3.
So
couldn't you just take the overall average and divide it by 8 then and then add it?
Yeah.
But now we need to answer the question, how long are each segment? So if we plug in for EF here, EF would be 5 times 3,
15.
which is 15. And FG, 3 times 3, 9. And you can always check yourself, what's 15 plus 9?
24.
And that's what we wanted?
Yeah.
What else are we doing today?
Just have a worksheet.
She wants to play Among Us.
I want to play Among Us too. We'll have time.
Among Us is fun.
Okay, flip the page, kids. Okay, this one's kind of goofy. It says the perimeter. Do we know what perimeter is?
Sure.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Around? Yeah, but if you wanted to figure out how far you'd walk around a shape, that's the perimeter.
Okay, so you're trying to find
Land around the house.
Yes, perimeter around a house. What's that say?
Your parents are trying to buy a house and trying to see how much how much land they have and stuff like
Yeah.
that. For everything.
Yeah, so it's very useful. But we are given the perimeter of some random rectangle is 44 feet, and the ratio of the length to width is 4 to 7, and we gotta figure out how long it actually is and why. So start off with a picture. You always need a picture on these ones. It helps you out. Give yourself that rectangle.
Oh, we're drawing rectangles now.
And again, we know their ratio, but we don't know what each part is, so we're gonna give it an x. So our length we know is 4x, and our width is 7.
Okay, never mind.
But what would this top side be?
4.
4. So let's put a 4 up there. What about this left side?
3.
You're silly. And together, what do all of these have to add to?
44.
Okay, so let's write that out. Oh boy, it's gonna be kind of long. 7x plus 4x plus another 7x and another 4x.
22.
22. Any Taylor Swift fans? No one knows Taylor Swift in here?
I don't like
No
it.
Swifties?
No.
I'm not a big fan, that's just her song's catchy. But yes, Aiden, you're right. If you add all those together, you get 22x.
I wonder what the answer is.
No, you don't.
It's 10.
That's not.
Why isn't it 10?
It's 22.
But what if it wants to be 10? What if it wants to be 10?
It just wants to be 10.
Well, if it was 10, it would be 20 equals 40. 20x equals 40.
Oh no.
Now we gotta plug in though to find our length and width. So if I plug in here, what is 4 times 2?
33.
No,
It's
8. So our length is 8. I can't spell today, that's alright.
link.
Say it like that now.
And 7 times 2 is 14.
Yeah.
That's our width. Woo! Got it.
Say with.
Width,
Link.
length. Okay, one little more piece of info today, then we're done. Just a bit more.
Wait.
Yeah.
That in the rectangle is wrong
Why?
because it would be longer on the.
Yeah, it's not drawn proportionally. But that's okay.
So I got confused. I was like, what is wrong with
Don't always trust a picture, right?
Eh.
Okay, and then a proportion, you guys probably hit these really hard in middle school, probably like in 7th or 6th grade, and then we just bring it back up so we can use it later in this little mini unit. But all a proportion is an equation that sets two ratios equal to each other. And then we're able to solve for things. Lengths, sides, whatever it is.
Proportions written.
So if you wanted to give yourself a generic form, it'd be like one ratio to some whatever it is, some random ratio is equal to another random ratio. You've never seen this?
I think I remember doing that.
Oh yeah. Once I show you, you're like, I've done that.
He's probably never done it before.
So if you remember, it looks like this,
Oh, yeah.
and you multiply. So this would be
Multiply.
2 times, yes, cross multiply.
Freaking hated this.
2 times x is equal to, then you cross multiply here,
2x equals
4 times 7.
28.
Yep, and now we just simplify and solve. So Aiden said 2x, Hayden said 28. Do we agree with that? And then what's our last step here?
5 by 2.
Good work, team.
You get 16.
A little more. I mean, a little less.
15.
Yes, sir.
14. Same thing.
They're pretty close, but not quite the same.
I'm tired.
Same.
And then we end with a little fancy one. It's a little fancy. Need more space. There we go.
What expect?
Okay. So on this one, we're going to take 2 times this whole thing. So we have to put that whole thing in parentheses.
So 2 times w minus 2e parentheses.
And then we'll take 7 times 8.
2 times 8 parentheses close.
Yes, 56.
Do you guys remember what to do when there's a number outside the parentheses?
Don't you go like this?
Do you guys remember what that's called when you do those little rainbows?
The archy mark.
The archy marks? It's called distributing. So what's 2 times w?
2W.
Woohoo! 2w. 2 times negative 2.
-4.
That's it. And then 7 times 8?
56.
56. I think that's my favorite multiplication fact. I don't
I
know why.
don't know. I still don't know the multiples of 8.
You know
All I
multiples
know
of
is 64.
8? 8's a good one.
I get confused from 7 and 6 and 6.
8, 6, yeah.
I never learned that finger thing.
My teacher taught us with like songs. To skip count using these songs. I don't know.
I still have to sing the alphabet
did
to
that
see what's after like T
That's
or
what you learned?
something.
Yeah. What do we do now?
I know the answer.
Ooh, what'd you do next?
You asked for.
Yes.
It's just basic algebra.
It is basic algebra, but we love algebra. What's 56 plus 4?
25.
Yes.
30.
Then you divide it by 2.
And what's our final answer, kids?
30.
30.
I'm done with it.
We are finally done, kids. Good job. Okay. Look how cute our homework packet is. It's like no pages.
My handwriting's trash.
You guys can get rid of your old homework packet, excuse me, if you want.
No.
Yes. This thing?
Okay.
Yeah, I can grab it from you if you want to get rid of it.
Okay.
To be honest, can I just get
Can you look at this stuff on
You
the
threw all the
roll?
board from the river.
Okay. Let's keep this one just in case there's a final.
Can you get rid of this?
Yes.
We can probably get rid
Yeah,
of
no
these
packet
two.
stuff.
I'll get rid of these, okay?
I have so many packets.
Okay. Let's start this blue worksheet together.
I'll go through it later.
Yeah, I can go through your work if you want.
Are you saying the blue?
We're just doing the blue.
Front and back?
We're gonna cross them off the back.
Okay.
Okay. Number 1. Who wants to give me an example of a ratio?
A over B.
A over B. What's another one?
A to B.
A to B.
A,
A
dot,
semicolon A.
Can I
Yep.
say one?
This one?
Yes.
Good job. Or you just give some random numbers. 17, someone else give me a number.
25.
13 over.
I would say
25.
Okay,
One
there you go.
Say 1 trillion, it's a lot of zeros like
That is a lot.
1 quadrillion.
1 quadrillion. Yeah, those are all ratios.
This would be 1 QA.
Okay, let's practice simplifying. Remember, our units need to be the same. So we have 12 meters over 10 meters, so those meters go away. But what is 12 over 10 reduced to?
2.
2 goes into both of them, yep. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. 10 divided by 2 is? Woohoo. We're done.
Okay, they're both pencils, just saying.
They are correct. So our pencils go away.
No, they're not.
What about 21 and 35?
9? No.
Less than 9. More than 5.
7. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
7.
So what's 21 divided by 7?
3.
3. 35 divided by 7?
5.
Bingo.
5.
Okay, we finally get to one with different units. Should we convert to years or to months?
To
Months.
months.
Yes. How many months in 1 year?
24
12.
total.
12 to 24. You guys are on your game today. I love it. Okay, so now we can get rid of our months.
Wouldn't it just be 8?
Yeah, 8. So what's 24 divided by 8?
3.
3. Yard and feet.
Oh, it's just a letter.
Which one should we convert to?
Hmm?
We have yards and feet.
Yes, convert.
It'd be
Feet.
6 feet.
Convert to foot. Yes. So how many feet in
6.
one? Yep. So 3 yards and 1 foot for a total of
6.
6 feet.
Sport.
What is 6 over 16 reduced to?
Hmm?
6 over 16.
Only use this 3,
3 doesn't work.
but it's 4.
4 is too big.
But it's 6.
3
We already said 3's too big.
3's too big.
2.
2.
Why?
Oh, you did? I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So 6 divided by 2 is? 3. 16 divided by 2 is? Okay. Cool. Okay, one of these weird ones.
What?
In the diagram, the whole thing's 56.
F
F-
G to GH equals 4/3.
Yep. So we know this part makes up 4 x's and this part makes up 3 x's. And together, what do they have to add to?
So 7x equals 56
Good
divided by
job.
7. And you get
8.
You guys are flying.
8.
Yeah.
And I agree. But now you gotta answer the question. Plug back in, right? So FG would be 4 times 8. 32. And GH 3 times 8.
24.
24.
So smart.
I know.
Yeah, let's do one more together and then I'll let you work. I'll cross them off.
No. I'm so much fun. 24, 25.
Perimeter problem, so let's give ourselves a rectangle to start with. We know the perimeter is 27. The ratio of the length to width is 2 to 1. What would the top be, you guys?
You gotta take that.
2.
92.
And our left side would be another 1. And together, what do they have to all add to?
27.
Yes, sir.
So 6 divided by 27.
Yeah, we'll get a decimal. That's okay. I know we don't really like those, but it's all right. Let me know what you get for an answer, anybody, when you get this far.
Something point something else. 4 point.
4.5. 6.
Yeah. 4.5. But now plug back in. So, or which is pretty easy, that's just 4.5. But what's 2 times 4.5?
9.
9.
Good job.
I said it first.
It's not a race.
I said it first. Did we just write 9 to 4.5?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I do want you to do the whole front, but on the back, let's cross off some. Let's cross off 23. And 24, 25.
Hold on, 23.
24, 25. 32 and 34.
We'll cross 32 through 34.
I want you to try just one of those on your own. Okay. You guys get working.
32 or 34?
Yep, 32 and 34. So cross those off.
I'm already confused.
Okay, I'll be in just a second.